Our 16-day cruise starts in Buenos Aires and we travel via Montevideo and the Falkland Islands to the Antarctic Peninsula for 4 days scenic cruising. Then around the notorious Cape Horn to Ushuaia and Punta Arenas, then up the west coast of Chile, docking in San Antonio.
Only 1 day now until we reach Antarctica. Temperature is certainly dropping. We've gone from shirts to coats, and seas are relatively smooth at the moment, but apparently that can change pretty quick down in this part of the world. So we're now in the Drake Passage, that's between South America and Antarctica, and the captain has said that this is about as good as you can get in this part of the world. We're still crossing the Drake Passage, and this is so very smooth. We hope it doesn't come back and bite us on the bum with a huge storm to follow. At the moment we're crossing what they call a convergence line, which is where the very cold water from Antarctica mixes with the warmer water from the oceans. Captain has just announced that the water temperature has dropped by 4 degrees, so we have definitely passed the convergence point. And also it's 200 years since Antarctica was first sighted by man, and in that time it's estimated that only 750,000 people in the world have actually sighted the continent, so that is less than 1/100th of 1% of the population. So we're fairly fortunate.
Over the next 4 days we will travel 1,100 kilometres through Antarctic waters, guided by 2 expert ice pilots.
We are presently about 25 miles off of Cape Valentine on Elephant Island, and we anticipate breaking through this fog in about an hour's time. About the time that we get there, about 11 o'clock, 11:15. This is very typical. More often than not, this is what we encounter each and every time we come towards Elephant Island.
That's our first view of Elephant Island. The fog is just starting to clear a little. Later in the day we got another brief look.
Captain speaking from the bridge. Sorry for the wake-up call, but we are starting to get into the nitty-gritty now. We had a very successful night. Had to go through a little bit of ice and packs here and there, but for the most part we made very good progress. And we are about a half an hour from Esperranza station, in fact, and we don't get there very often. And we will have a look when we get there. We may even proceed a little bit further south than that, but we are firmly entrenched now in the Antarctic Sound. We just passed a very large iceberg on our starboard side, but those of you in the port side, don't worry, you'll get your turn.
pleasant view out of our balcony window.
It's raining a little bit out there. It feels like it could snow. It's so cold. I've just come back from up the very top and it was freezing. Couldn't hold the camera still.
One captain speaking. So that is going to conclude our tour of Admiralty Bay. I thought we did pretty well under the circumstances. We had strong gale to almost storm force winds of 50 plus knots, so that's pushing 55, 60 miles per hour. Tomorrow is the big day, and I'm very pleased to say that the weather forecast is looking much better for tomorrow, much less wind, and looking sheltered in the harbors. Very good morning, everyone. This is the captain speaking from the bridge. Your 7 o'clock, well, 7:01 wake-up call. We have entered Charlotte Bay. Within the next 30 minutes or so, we're going to see some pretty spectacular scenery. It's been a winter wonderland this morning. We had snow for a while. As promised, the winds have died down from yesterday considerably. Outside air temperature is 1 Celsius. A high today will be 3 Celsius. That's at 34 to 37 Fahrenheit. We have seen a couple of whales, and we'll have a wonderful little cruise here in Charlotte Bay. We'll hang
We're just walking a few laps for a bit of exercise and to warm up a bit. It is quite freezing at the moment, but with this beautiful scenery, it's not hard to watch the world pass by. It's Thursday morning and we're approaching Deception Island, and this will be the last part of Antarctica that we shall see. Deception Island is the top of an old volcano which tends to erupt every 50 years or so. That's the opening into the caldera, and it's called Neptune's Bellows. And that notch in the rock in the centre is called Neptune's Window. So you can see in and out of the caldera through there. On a good day, of course.
Well, a very good morning, everyone. This is the captain speaking from the bridge. Just ahead of the ship, about 1.5 miles ahead, is Neptune's Bellows. Fantastic name. Inside there is the caldera of this ancient volcano, and we will be going inside.
It smells.
This is now inside the caldera.
This is an abandoned Norwegian whaling station which was closed about 90 years ago.
That's an Argentinian research station. That's a Spanish research station. We're now probably 1 kilometre or so from the penguin rookery, and you can smell them. It smells like stale sardines. That's the last we'll see of Antarctica as we now head back towards South America. Drake Passage passage between Antarctica and Cape Horn, and they tell us this is about as smooth as the sea gets here, so we're damn lucky that it's not rough. But yeah, it's difficult to walk straight, and I think this is about as rough a sea as we've ever had. Early afternoon, and the seas have only increased from what they were this morning. Just approaching Cape Horn.